So till now, we had a discussion about how the sales order works and what were the topics around sales order level. Today, we are going to see how the delivery works. Like if I try to create a sales order by using this document type, so by using this document type, we can able to create our delivery. Okay. What kind of different, what are all the different kind of deliveries we have in SAP? Today we are going to discuss. So let me create a one sales order quickly. So let's enter a material. Let's go and quickly check incomplete log. So document is complete. So I can able to create delivery through my sales order path. I can click the delivery like this. Okay. So some schedule line level block is there. That's why it's not created. Let's go to the change mode. Try to remove that hard block in sales order level schedule lines. So let's remove this and now try again to create the delivery. So now you are directly entered into the delivery document type, because if you are entered like this, if you see the transaction VL01N, this is the transaction where you can able to create the delivery. So I am not saving or changing anything here. Let's try to create the delivery by using transaction. So then it appears the first step like this. If I enter this, it is getting into the next screen. What you can do, you choose your storage location. If you click here, you can able to see the storage location. In this example, we have created like a sales. So if you see delivery quantity is 1. So I'm just trying to pick this quantity against my delivering quantity. If I press enter, so now my quantity will be changed to fully picked. That means whatever the delivery quantity I have fully, that I have picked here. So if both are equal, then if I click post goods movement, it is trying to create my delivery for outbound. Outbound means at sales side, the stock will be moved from your inventory to outside. For that, in goods movement data, you can find 601 is the movement type to send the stock out. Okay. So if you see, this is the item category copied from order to here through copy controls, and this is the plant and this is the storage location. So if I click PCI, before before clicking the PCI, let me show you the status overview. If you closely observe here, if you see picking confirmation, it is C. That means it is done. If you see goods, total goods movement status, currently I haven't done anything. It is enabled status. That means it is in A. Sometimes it might be partially done. Then it will shows the B here. So now if you see billing status, after your delivery bill will be created. So delivery relevant billing, so that you know your billing status also A. Let's click here. You see, not relevant means you are not in a position to create the bill. Not at processed, that means bill supposed to process now the current situation in A, and if it is partially processed, then the status should be B. That means it's not completely billed for all the quantity, and completely processed, that means completely billed. So partially processed and completely processed and not at processed, not relevant means it is not apt for billing. In the similar manner, you can find the different statuses in your delivery document: not relevant, not at process, or partially processed, and complete process. Almost all you will find similar kind of statuses, but if you have a different delivery context. Based on that, you will have different statuses. This is for billing, this is for your goods movement, this is for your picking. Like that, if some delivery is relevant for warehouse management relevant, so warehouse management is activated, transfer order will be created with certain transaction LT03, LT01N, like that. So it will be created. In the similar way, if you have packing activated for your delivery, this is the packing status, it will show. So if you come here, overall pick status, apart from your pick status, maybe certain materials fully picked, certain materials are partially picked, certain materials are not picked, so that for your delivery overall picking status also it will show here. So so this is at overall header level status, this is at all items level status. So let's come back to the picking tab again. So this is how you have to pick here. Now click on post goods issue. Now let's try to go to the change mode. VL01N is the creation mode, VL02N is the change mode. If you get, if you entered here, so we are we already observed in previous status before doing the post goods issue. So your picking status must be 0 before going to PGI. Then now try to observe your goods movement status. Previously it was A, now it is got changed to C. Like this, your status is continuously changing. So if you would like to check at header level and item level for the statuses, so this is material level for item level, this is overall statuses. If you would like to see for the total delivery document, you can able to see the status. So for this, billing is not done. Let me try to create a bill now. How the status will be changed, I can quickly show you. So let's try to go to the delivery number again. Now if you see the status overview, your billing status got now changed to A to C. So these statuses are very important at the time of building your reports. And if you work in support, you will get to know, like, on which case user is facing the problems. So that's why overall status for delivery and your item level. Here in this example, we're seeing only one line item. Sometimes you will have, like, 80, 90 line items. So then on that case, probably you have a dependency on this place. More reasonably, you can look into that, whether goods issue is completely done, or else it's supposed to be in A status, or billing supposed to be created. Like that, you will get to know that. In the similar manner, there is something called proof of delivery. That this is one kind of concept. I will get into that. uh, Before getting into that, let's try to understand these statuses first. This is how your delivery is created. From where this delivery is creating, that is the question pops up in your mind. So if you go to the header, so there is something called administration. If you click here, you can able to find whatever the document type they have used for delivery. So like delivery is LF, how you had at the time of configuring your sales order, or as copied as ZOR1, like that. It may be any other 4-digit alphanumeric document you can create. Like that, in standard it is LF and the category is J. So what are all these? What is the basic difference? Like if you created a sales order at the time of your sales order, your document category is C for your cash sales and your rush order. And when it comes to your quotation is B, and when it comes to your inquiry is A. Like that, for your delivery types also, you can find different kind of categories based on your requirement. Let's try to get into the path now, where we can define if where we can define our own delivery document types, or else we can copy our delivery document types using standard. So this is, as of now, we have seen everything in sales and distribution module till now. What are the configurations we have? Now newly we are getting into the module called logistics execution. That means you are executing your logistics, your delivery processing and other shipping part and transportation will be the major parts which can be incorporated here. This is one of the key integration with the warehouse management when you are trying to create your transfer orders apart from picking the stock from your regular storage location. Let's get into the path called shipping. In this basic functions, if you see, and these are the different things are there here. Okay, so let's get into the delivery first. So define delivery types. Okay, if you execute this transaction, you can see the transaction is 0 OVLK or 0 VLK. These are the transaction. So now let's try to get into the our standard delivery document type, what we have seen here. So let's get into this. So basically this is 2 digits which was defined by SAP. If you wanted to make your convenience, you can try to define with your own delivery document type, like how we have defined our sales order document type. So delivery is nothing but this is just given a standard delivery. If you wanted to change the description according to your client requirement, you're always welcome and can able to change it. So now let's try to get into this. What is this document category? Let's click on F4 for selection. Now you see, previously we have seen all these document types: inquiry for A, quotation for B, order for C. Like that, if we go for returns H, contract G. Now let's try to get into that. What is this J? J is all about your delivery. Okay. In the similar manner, if you see for returns, it is T. Okay. You can able to find delivery relevant item categories according to your convenience and business requirement. You have to choose. If it is standard order, you have to choose J. Most of the times it is J. And if it is written order, you have to choose it for T. Let's try to observe what are the document types we have. LF is like, your OR order data is copied to your LF for delivery. Like that, if you go for there is something called BV. This is for cash sales delivery document type. How we have used CS? By using CS, what are the data it is having in standard? That is at the time of creating your cache shells, the data from your header and item level data, whatever it is required through copy controls, it is copied to certain delivery document type that is called BV. This is for cache shells. Like that, if you go for uh, LR, LR is for your written delivery. So this is all about your document category. So when it comes to LF or RE, so based on document category, whatever the background code is there, that it can understand the standard code. Oh, this user is trying to create a written delivery, because since it is copying from written order to written delivery document type, that is LR. If it is standard order to standard delivery, like uh, delivery document type will be LF. In the similar manner, if you go for, there is something called NL. This is replacement delivery. Like, if you are trying to create any stock transport order, you can able to see like this. If you see something like NLCC, that is like your intercompany stock transfer order. So don't confuse with these terminologies. If in between two companies, if any transaction is happens for stock transferring from two different plans from two unique company codes. So then such cases, this kind of delivery document type will be used. Okay. So now let's try to understand LF first. In further discussions, we will get into this space again and again to understand this concept. Now let's try to check what is this internal number range assignment and external number range assignment. This is already we have seen at the time of our sales document type definition. In the similar manner, we have internal number ranges and external number ranges according to our convenience. But the most preferable and comfortable way to handle the business is it will be created through internal number ranges only. External number ranges, if you got any special case, like without creating order, some delivery need to be created that need to be given with certain number, such cases they will use it. But 99.99% internal number ranges will be recommended for your customer business process. Item number increment, this also, like your sales order only, you can try to increment your number. Let's try to check this one up. So let's go back. So you can see define number ranges for deliveries. So if you would like to create your own number range, probably you can try to assign it. So if it is external, then it will be ticked here. If it is internal, then it will be unchecked. So let me change for our convenience. Someone has created this 14. I'm not going to create any new number range. Let's change 14. What is the number it starts with? 14, it number starts with 65 followed by leading 06. Okay, let's check how, when I assign the 65, how the delivery will be created with that number or not. And in the similar manner, if I go here, let's choose LF and try to put it as 14 for our convenience. So let's try to increase item number by 5. Okay, let's try to create a new sales order now. I'm just taking the material code with the 5 quantity. So this time I will take the same line item with another 5 quantity for multiple lines. So let's try to create the delivery now. So these 2 line items again got hot block. Let me try to remove this one at schedule and level. I think it's as per our previous discussion, we kept this block at the time of discussing our schedule lines. This is not a hurdle for us. Let's try to create a delivery now. Now let's go to the picking. Let's choose the storage location manually as of now. So let's try to put it. So now picking is done. So when I try to put it, picking for this is 2 deliver quantity and this is 2. Okay. Now let's try to go to the status bar. You check. If you see, so picking is done as of now. Let's go back to the overview. Let's try to do the post goods issue. Before that, you try to observe that item is incremented 5 and 10. Previously it is taken 10, 20, 30, 40 like that. So this is the item number increment. Now let's do the post goods issue. Now if you see, based on our 14 number range, 65 followed by your leading zeros, 6 zeros, it is got created. This is how your number ranges will be defined according to your business context. Okay. Now let's go to the direct transaction. So LF, this is where we're starting to understand what are the attributes we have. Now we have seen this part, number systems and above part. Now let's try to understand order required. That means when you are taking with reference to sales order while creating the delivery, that means your delivery is creating with reference to sales order, then you have to choose this one. Always LF will be standard delivery will be chosen this one. Like that, you might come across certain scenarios. Okay, so let me show you one more document, LO. If you see here, no preceding document is required. No preceding document is required means I don't require order. I don't require any other preceding document to create a delivery. Let's try to create a sales order. That let's try to create the bill, I mean delivery without any reference document. So what is the document type we have chosen? This is LO. Just press enter. Okay. So see why it is showing warning message, because one moment, you don't require this order number. That's why it is saying I don't need anything. But this someone kept it as a mandatory field. Okay. So if you remove this incomplete log, we can try to do it. That is one way, or else you just click this without reference. Okay. So now this is the path where you can choose your LO. Just press enter. That means you can give your ship to party whoever it is there. Uh, who is the ship to party? Let's try to observe based on our order, previous order. Let me try to check the ship to party. So this is the ship to party I'm choosing here, and you choose your post goods issue today or when you would like to do the PCI. So let's choose your material directly, and let's choose the 10 quantity. Okay, press enter. Now let's get into the picking tab. Choose from which storage location you would like to consume this stock. Let's put it 10 as a picking quantity. Okay, let me try to do the post goods issue. So some stock deficit is there, that's why it is showing like you cannot able to do it. Let's save this. So let's go to MB1C. So our moment type is 561 to post the unrestricted stock. Choose the plant and storage location, and let's try to choose the material with some 2000 quantity. So I have posted this stock. Now let's go check the report by using the report MMBE, and let's try to put the material code. So for this material code, now 2000 stock is available. So since our delivery is required 50 stock, that means 50 pieces. So let's get into the picking and now try to push the post goods issue. So now let's check how much the stock is consumed for this particular delivery. So now 2000 from 2000 minus 50, so 1950 is there. So your 5 boxes is equal to 5 into 10, 50 pieces. So in pieces it is got reduced. So this is how your stock will be maintained, and against the material and plant material storage location, and you can try to consume by using your outbound stock. Now coming back to our discussion for how we have discussed about our sales document header, where simply we are trying to discuss about how the delivery document type attributes we have now. So OVLK, let's go to the LF, standard delivery. So now you got it. Why this sales order is required for LF, why you don't require preceding document for your LO document type. Okay. So when you got a doubt like without having preceding document, how your system is trying to understand directly delivery creation. Okay. Because there is something called default order type. Okay. So if you go back LF, you can see default order type. This is something called pseudo order type. That means example, like, internal order type, which is useful to copy it. Let's try to check what is this DL. Okay. So let's go to the Vivo V8 transaction. So now see order type scheduling agreement. This is something different from your OBLK, what you are seeing. That is pseudo. That means within that, that is an example order. If some order is not there with reference, it's pre-assumes like, something, it's like a something like you can say like, middleware. So to process your document type. Now let's check LF, LO and LR. What is the basic difference? So for this DL is there, and for this DL is there. For returns you don't have, because you don't require default order type to take at the time of creating your return delivery, because there is nothing to schedule, there is nothing to schedule your uh, stock availability check and all those stuff. It need not determine your quantities, and uh, it need not determine your schedule line dates. It can be fixed altogether. Let's click what SAP definition says. See the default, I told you, right? Pseudo order type deliveries and delivery items that don't refer to existing orders. Generally you required, if it is not what SAP says, if you don't have order, then you cannot able to create the delivery, because customer don't ask order, then there is no point to create delivery, right? But certain cases you came across, right? You don't require sales order, but with reference to purchase order, directly order might be created in between, if the stock is moving to two plants and all, your replenishment delivery and all such cases, system has to take the reference of your pseudo sales order. That means that is internally understood technically. So when you create a delivery documents that don't refers to existing orders, you must provide some control criteria, normally copied from sales document header to delivery document item. Because if you don't say that to the SAP system, your sales document header is holding what? Your sold to party and ship to party. From ship to party it is copied to its delivery. Okay. Sales order level sold to party is rules. As we know that he rules at a sales order level main party. Like that, if you go to the delivery level, ship to party is the main party, because the person who is receiving the goods, that is most important for your SAP system at your business level. So such cases, if you don't refer any order, how system will understand to whom I need to deliver? So the pseudo order will works as a replica of, it assumes that within the system technically some uh, I mean prototype order, so that it will get continue for creating your delivery. So you can define a pseudo order type in TVAK when you create a delivery that does not refers to existing order. See, TVAK is the table, basically your all your document types will be stored. Let me check quickly for your understanding. Let's get into this. So this is something called TVA key. TVAK means you can able to see all your documents data here. Okay. So in the similar way, there is something called view will be there, v underscore tvak, because this view is sometimes, see, it is getting into the your document types definition. This is basically view, that is the direct table for storing your transactional data. So people think that why we require this tvak table, why we are understanding all these things. At the time of initial learning, I also thought that, but suddenly this table I got to know, in my practice I got to know this table I have used in one of my implementation. I needed for certain solution based on uh, document type level check. If I want to do it, I have used this table. So that's why in SAP everything need to be get explored, but it's always have an edge for your knowledge. Okay, now get into the delivery. So now you got it. What is the default order type? DL. So this is item requirement routine. So when you are entering your quantities at item level, so line item level, how your system should behave. Let's try to understand why we have 201. No order with independent item, order with independent item. Okay, let's try to create a sales order now. One more time, I will show you practically instead of showing theoretically this one. So let's try to create a delivery. Okay, let's get into this and remove this schedule and block. So let's try to deliver this. So now let's check your storage location and pick the quantity. In the similar way, I can able to pick 1 CHM sale, 1 CHM sale. So let's try to pick some quantities. So let's try to pick the quantities. So that means even if I have taken order reference also, I can able to add new line items with routine number 202. Now let's go back to the our LF definition. It shouldn't be allowed to change, but since for our testing, I'm just changing. So when you change, you just try to reset it back. So now just putting no order with independent item. Okay, let's change this. Generally this routine will be there for your LR. Now let's try to create a sales order now again after this change. So let me try to remove the block initially only at schedule line level. I'm just taking out this one. Now I will try to do the delivery now. Okay, let's quickly choose sales. Let's put this one. Now try to add another new line item, 1 CHM and sale. See what it's saying, delivery quantity must be entered 0. Let's enter this. See what it is saying, you cannot add any item to the delivery. So suppose generally in returns, if you're returning one material, you cannot add more items to return. The customer will not allow you. In the similar manner, if you got any requirement from your customer, so that means whatever it is there in sales order that need to be copied to delivery document cannot be allowed to modify by adding any new line items or quantities. Such cases we have to change the routine from 202 to 201. This is all about this control. So remaining things will continue in next session, following session.